Welcome back, Trotter Furlong, along for a preview of our next play-by-play game of the week. But last week's, another great game, the Warrensburg Burgers against the Lake George Warriors.
Another fantastic finish. We've done a great job picking our games here. We've had two unbelievable games back-to-back, and kind of what you're looking for, to see these exciting games. And I mean, last week was another, as you would say, barn burner or burn burner, but barn burner.
The barn is burnt to the ground after this one.
Well, I mean, play of the game here. Warrensburg down, 3 seconds left. Coach Michael Leon Bruno takes a timeout, and they've been keen on Connor Scott all game. They run a double reversal right here. Malachi Prosser catches a pass in the end zone thrown by Jake Nemec, and they pull off the win 26-24 as time expires. I mean, you can see the devastation on the kids' faces.
So close.
Well, you're right there, and the game's not over till it's over.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, another fantastic finish. These kids hung in there. Connor Scott had a big game for him. He had three touchdowns.
And he's our player of the game. He is in the running for our Janney High Five scholarship. He was really the star on the Warrensburg team. Congratulations
to him. He had 3 touchdowns on the ground, 257 yards rushing. Kind of good coaching job, great play by the kids here. They're keen on Connor Scott the whole time. They run the handoff to him. They think he's going to get it. They run the double reverse. Jake Nemec throws to a wide open Malachi Prosser in the end zone, and they pull off the win. I mean, kind of a coach at the timeout on the other side. Don't let anybody get behind you. They kind of keyed in on Connor Scott. They run this double reverse, and the game's not over till it's over. Yeah. 3 seconds left. They pull off the stunner. And, you know, these games have been great games. I mean, even with, you saw the heartbreak of that kid, the agony of defeat. But to be involved in these games got to be exciting for either team. I mean, both teams played their heart out, and just a tough luck loss. I mean, at the end, they get you at the end, and you got to keep playing until that last whistle blows.
I'll say it lowly, 2 points. You're now 3-2 because we had Lake George for the win.
And you know what? Like I said, in horse racing terms, I lost 2 bad photo finishes.
Yeah.
But more importantly for these kids, they've been part of exciting games. You know, I played a lot of sports. I played college sports. To have that competition in that sports, it's really what it's about. And these kids have, even in the loss and the wins, to be a part of it is exciting. And that's what you're playing the game for, the competition.
Some heart-pounding action there. Our next game is a huge one. It's the Juggame, annual Juggame, Glens Falls versus Hudson Falls. I know probably one of these teams is looking much better than the other, but let's go through the preview of both of them. Glens Falls, how's that squad looking?
Tough team. Right now they're 2-3. Don't forget, this team went to the state finals last year. So to come out, I mean, a bit of a disappointing year being 2-3. They've lost a couple guys. They graduated a couple kids. And this Hudson Falls team is 0-5. Glens Falls features this dual threat with Zach Infield. He's their quarterback and their running back. And they have Quentin Austin, who's their main running back. He averages about 90 yards a game. Hudson Falls team, although they're 0-5, they have their quarterback, Gino Bricanti. I mean, he's their running back. Real tough, you know, gobbles up a lot of ground, a lot of yards for them on the ground. And they have Dalton Hogan is their quarterback. Last 2 games, this kid for Glens Falls, Zach Infield, he's had over 100 yards each game. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, and he's run for 4. He's real efficient with the ball, doesn't turn it over much. And you've seen in these games, turnovers are kind of the key to these games. They both played a bunch of teams, the same teams a couple of times. They played the Schuylerville team, so they have a lot of games that they played similar teams. It looks like Glens Falls holds the edge on the head-to-head matchups. But this is a big game. This is the Jug game. There's going to be a lot of, you know, these rivalries. Don't look at all the numbers and say, well, this is your winner. You know, these rivalry games bring out the best in both teams.
Well, you've got that energy coming from the stands for this game. I mean, both schools are going to be riled up and ready to just yell for their teams.
You know, it's going to be that kind of action-packed game again. I mean, don't look at these schedules. Well, they blew this team out, and this team beat this team, and this team lost to that team. Throw all the paperwork out here. All the stats go out the window. It's going to be a hard-fought battle. We've seen in all the games that we've had here on Look TV. You know, these kids want to win. These high school teams, they want to compete. So Turnover is a big part of the game. You can't turn the ball over in games like this. I would call it the biggest, littlest game, but my alma mater, Cortland, that was our Cortland Ithaca game, so I can't use that. But the Jug's going to be a big game up here. But I still give this Glens Falls team an edge. You know, they went to the state finals last year. You just don't fall off the face of the earth. I know Hudson Falls is 0-5. I think they're going to come out, compete, play a hard game. But I'm going to give Glens Falls the edge in this game, and I think they're going to take home the Jug this year.
All right, Glens Falls for the win at the Jug game this week, and of course, we'll be here on Look TV. We'll hear from you next week to see if your prediction was right, and also look back on that game and look forward to our next game.
Well, I hope to right the ship, and we're starting to get where we're filling out our playoff season here.
Yeah.
So a lot of these games have playoff implication, and you know, I hope we just get another great game like we've had the last 2 weeks. And the competition, the games we've had on Look TV have been unbelievable. I mean, 2 fantastic finishes, back-to-back weekends, and maybe we get a third week of, you know, another nail-biter here at the end.
Well, as we know, we're trying to fill out the rest of our season. We still got to pick our last game to air here, so as these games move on, we're really seeing who are going to be the contenders to be that matchup.
And like I said, all these games have been kind of a coin flip at the end. We've hit an upright. We had a double reversal flea flicker to win it. Who knows what's going to happen next week? You know, we might have an onside kick to run back to end the game next week. I don't know, but it's been great football.
All right, stay tuned. Trotter Furlong, thank you. It's great to have you here and giving us some breakdowns on all these different games. Of course, to see my interview with Trotter for a second time and also see our full schedule, head to the website. It's looktvonline.com.